Now, here's something that really, really surprised me. Let's have a little quiz. All right, here we go. I'm going to quote some lines, a verse from the Bible, and I will stop, and you have to provide the word that I'm stopping, what the next word would be. All right, here we go. Our Father, who art in heaven, blank. What's the word? Our Father, who art in heaven, or which art in heaven, or who is in heaven, depending on your stupid Christian Bible. Our Father, which art in heaven, blank. What's the next word? Right, hallowed. But guess what happened on Jeopardy? On Tuesday night, all three contestants were given that question. It was a puzzle worth $200, and it said, Matthew 6:9 says, Our Father, which art in heaven, this be thy name. That's what the contestants, these three adults, were supposed to answer. Now, their names were Suresh Krishnan. Okay, I'm guessing he might be Hindu. Maybe he doesn't know that. Laura Blyler. Come on, Laura. And Joe Seibert. Those were the three contestants. And they all stood there in stone silence. None of the three hit their little buzzers or whatever, tried to fill in the blank. Finally, the host, Mayim Bialik, who is Jewish, revealed the answer to these maybe Hindu and two Christians. The word is hallowed. Now, that moment, I wasn't watching. I like to watch Jeopardy, but on Tuesday nights, as I've told you before, I am usually off with my political friends drinking beer and talking about how bad things are. But for the people who were watching, that particular moment went viral. Viewers on Twitter were showing their shock at the inability of these three contestants to answer what is seemingly a common knowledge question. One person on Twitter had the right answer, which I think, and this person said, how can those Jeopardy nerds not know the answer? Had they never listened to Iron Maiden? Because Iron Maiden has a song referencing the 1982 heavy metal song, Hallowed Be Thy Name. I didn't care for Iron Maiden, not really. And some of these Christian fascists or self-proclaimed conservative Twitter users appeared to express outrage. One person wrote, not one contestant on Jeopardy last night knew the answer to this? Are you waking up yet? Another tweeted, how sad our country is becoming. Another one, they asked a question about the Lord's Prayer. Neither of the three contestants got it. This is very alarming. My gosh, the simplest prayer, people need to get back to the Bible, end quote. Well, actually, people need to get as far away from the Bible as humanly possible. Really, the incest and mass killings and slaughter and insanity and infidelity and adultery and theft and murder and mayhem. No wonder the Jewish God had enough and said to Moses, for heaven's sake, here, 10 rules, follow them. Which, of course, Moses didn't have a chance. He was kind of lost in the Sinai, but Joshua didn't follow them. What's the first thing he did when he crossed the River Jordan? Right! Reduced Jericho to corpses and blackened ashes and dust. Jews, Christians, Muslims, leave it. Oh, shut up, Malloy. A survey of 4,200 adults last year by consumer analytics platform Civic Science found that although a substantial number of young people are tuning into Jeopardy, more than 60% of regular Jeopardy watchers are older than 35. Older than 35, that's old? Oh, okay. And according to NBC Universal, that's where I got this story, compared to older generations, young adults in the United States, as well as globally, have been less likely to subscribe to religion in recent years, according to the Pew Research Center. That is wonderful news. And the number of U.S. Christians in the U.S. has also declined sharply over the past decade or so. And that is wonderful news. Some viewers suggested that they or their friends could have successfully answered the question even as atheists. Well, no shit. I mean, this is something that's force-fed to Americans who are of the various bloody branches of the bloody Christian religion. You know, we're all taught this, right? One user tweeted, "Dang it, even my atheist friends knew this. Goodness." Another wrote, "I'm an atheist, and even I knew the answer to that Lord's Prayer question." Yeah, well, I just thought I would toss that out. You can toss it right back in. Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. You know, the Progressive Voices Network brings you commercial-free commentary from today's leading progressive radio hosts and pundits, like me, Mike Malloy, 24 hours a day. I'm not your typical old guy from the 80s or the 90s talk radio host, and Progressive Voices is not your typical talk radio network. It's a listener-supported nonprofit with no corporate control whatsoever over our broadcast. So hosts like me, Mike Malloy, are free to rant and scream and carry on about whatever we like. We're often controversial, but we're never boring. Weeknights, 9 p.m. in the East, 6 p.m. in the West on the Progressive Voices Network. Always progressive, always on. I'm Mike Malloy. Keep it lit.